Good morning. My name is Chaz. Today is October 29th, 2012, and we are at the Mass Comm Center at Miami University.
Good morning, I'm Cashay McClay, and joining us today we have Dr. Ron Becker and Miami senior Rebecca Tausing. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning.
So I just have a couple questions for you this morning.
Okay.
What do you find most valuable or enjoyable about studying mass communications at Miami University?
I think one of the things that I find most valuable is the hands-on production work that you get. I am certainly not a big fan of learning in a lecture hall. I don't know, it's hard for me to focus, so I absolutely love being able to do, the production work, the script writing, the, directing, any of those. Also, I love the connections that I have through, I think the internship program is really, really great. I got a really good internship with the local news station back home in Louisville. And also, I had a connection through MassComm to Jimmy Fallon in New York, so I'm hoping that's going to work out too. So just a lot of really, really positive things.
That's great. Well, I have a question for you as well. And my question is, what specific careers do you intend on pursuing with a mass communications degree?
I am definitely thinking television. I'm still not completely sure whether it's between more of a news format. I know I'm interested in more in entertainment news if I do that, or actual scripted television, but definitely television of some sort. So still trying to work out the kinks.
So you touched on having the topic of having an internship. Can you elaborate on that experience?
Yeah, it was absolutely wonderful. I worked at the NBC affiliate in Louisville, and the internship coordinator there was awesome. I feel like a lot of times with internships, they kind of stick you with get me filing or get me water, get me coffee type of deal, but she allowed me to visit every single different position that the local TV station had to offer, so I really got to learn as much as I could. And I even got to work on some of the live shows, and it was great. I really enjoyed it.
Wow, that's nice. We can go switch to chat.
We have questions for you, Dr. Ron Becker. I'm sorry. But what available careers are there for mass communications besides like a news anchor and camera, like all the obvious ones?
Yeah, the mass comm major, like any major in the College of Arts and Science, sort of prepares you in the broadest way for almost any career, right? You learn how to write, you learn how to think critically. The mass comm major is particularly useful at helping you learn how to work with other people because you're working on teams for productions. And all of those skills are skills that you could use to convince almost anybody to hire you in lots of areas. But, just give you some, for example, a good friend of mine, she double majored in mass comm and in sort of pre-law in political science. She ended up being an entertainment lawyer and a labor lawyer, and now she's a city council woman in Cincinnati, Yvette Simpson. There's people who end up becoming executives in the media industries, people who go into advertising or public relations, and people who go on to grad school in the area. So there's lots of, like with any college in the major, there's so many more careers that it could serve as a springboard for than a lot of incoming students think.
Can you recall your most valuable teaching experience and why?
Yeah, I think by far my most valuable experience is the UA program, the undergrad assistant program for 143. So 143 is the big intro class that most students, it's their first encounter with the major, and in many ways their first encounter studying media from the perspective that you do in the major. And it's a huge class with 250 students, but every year I recruit about between 8 to 10 really successful students who had taken the class and excelled in it. And we're a sort of leadership team that works with the students in the class. They lead small group sessions. They're mentors to the students. They work with their students' writing, help students on exams. And being able to work with usually juniors and seniors who are so motivated is extremely rewarding.
Well, my question is, what inspired you to go into this career? Like, what was your moment?
I loved television. I was one of those kids who sort of was addicted to television. My parents would always punish me, not by grounding me, but by not letting me watch TV for a week. And it took me, I was an English undergrad when I was an undergrad, and I studied poetry. And it took me a long time before I discovered that there was a field where I could analyze and study and talk about my passion, which is TV and media in general, in the same way that I did in the English department, studying poetry or novels. So it was so exciting when I could discover something that mattered to me in my everyday life could be a career.
I think that's all we have time for today. Thank you, Dr. Ron Becker and Rebecca.
Thank you. So much. Great job. Fantastic question.
Thank you, guys.